it's Allie from Color and Play with Allie, and today I am coming to you with the second video in what I decided is now going to be a series. I'm talking about my entire coloring supply collection, and in the first video, which I'm going to make a playlist on my channel for, you know, just going through all my supplies and collections, but the first video is my colored pencil collection, and that is already up on my channel. It should be the next most recent video if you go past the plan with me that I posted. But today we're going to be talking about all things markers. I'm going to go over water-based markers, alcohol markers, and anything else that I kind of have that's marker-y related. So, and I'm going to divide this kind of how I did with my colored pencil video, where I'm going to go by brand. And so each little section will be divided by brand. And the first brand that I'm going to talk about today is Crayola. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first we're going to talk about my Crayola markers, and the first item I have for you is this. This is kind of one of my favorite things right now, and my son, my 5-year-old son, absolutely loves this. And what it does is it turns into like a little tower, just like this. And of course, as all kids do, he likes to just like stack them like this and like make them into little swords and stuff. But I actually really like the way they color, and I like how chunky and fat they are in your hands. It kind of makes them a little easier for me to handle. And there are, I believe, 50 colors, something like that. 50 colors about, and this is, I think they call this their telescoping marker tower. Either my kids tore up the packaging or I lost it, otherwise I would show it to you. But that is the first item. And the second item is this bad boy, and these are just the standard Crayola markers. It includes 32 colors of the world markers, which is primarily why I bought this set. Because it comes with like the hair colors and the eye colors, and then you get like an assortment excuse me, you get an assortment of all of their other regular colors. The way they package these is interesting. They each come in their own little individual box that you then have to open, and then these are like, these feel just kind of thrown in on the side almost. But yeah, I have these because, once again, I like the chunky barrels. I haven't broken into these for a project yet, but I want to do that soon. The next product is very similar. This is their Big 40, and I think this is the most, like, colors that you can get, like, that are all unique colors and not duplicated. So, that's the reason I wanted these, was because it had all of the colors I think that you can get besides the colors of the world, just in their standard offering. Speaking of colors of the world, I also have this set of the standard, which is the regular 24. It does not come with the hair and eye colors, it just comes with the skin colors. But I really enjoy their colors of the world line. And I also have it in the skinny markers. My kids also, I'm fairly certain they destroyed the outer packaging of these, but this is how, like, if you open the outer box, they come like this on the inside. And of course, I feel like every colorist has this box or the 100 box. And I have mine sorted by color order. I cannot remember what color order I used, or if I just did my own. I can't remember. But these do come, I have the silly scented ones off to the side. These have some interesting smells. My kids are not the fondest of them, and they have their own set of regular Crayola Super Tips. But you know, I'm kind of a collector, and I like to have everything that's available in a line. So I bought the one that included the silly scents. I think this is the last item in my Crayola collection. It shouldn't be though, because I do have the regular set of like skinny markers, but I couldn't seem to find them for this video, but I do have those as well. But I have these, which are the Pipsqueak Skinnies, and these are, I have actually used these to color with. These are both skinny and short, but it had 64 different colors, and these are like super portable and easy to carry around, and the colors are really vibrant. I think I used these on a color by number recently, and I really enjoyed using them. So right now I think these are my favorite of my Crayola collection markers. And I think that is all of my Crayola stuff. And next we'll move on to my Artesa products. So moving on to my Artesa markers. First product I have, these are not, I think the case these came in was not really a case. But these are the, sorry, let me get this in frame, the Artesa Inconic ones, and I have the full set of 120. Because as you all know, I do suffer from full set syndrome, and it is debilitating sometimes. But I have all of the colors of these, and these are great for like doing detail work or going back over certain things and adding details. So I really like using these. And I don't know if you all have like those mystery colors coloring books where the spaces are so tiny, and I think these are great for those as well. The next product I have put in their own pencil case, and I have really enjoyed these, and these are their Twi markers. I have the full set, and I can't remember, I think it might be 100 is their largest set of these. I did get a dupe, but by the time I figured out that I had a dupe, it was too late, like, to return them. And I'm not, like, I may still contact their customer service to see if I can get the missing marker. But, yeah, these are my two dupe markers. But these are really great, and they have, I like that they have a clear barrel. They're all named and numbered, and they have a really skinny brush tip on one end, which is great for like really detailed color by numbers, and then they have this teeny tiny little like felt tip on the other end. I'm not the fondest of the way this smaller end feels when you color with it, but the smaller brush nib is really great for getting into tight spaces. And then I have these bad boys, which I'm not the fondest of, but I like to let my kids use them as an alternative to really messy paint. Yeah, this is gonna be loud, sorry guys. These are the Artesa Real Brush Pens, and I think there are 96 of them total. And I bought the set that already comes in a case, and this is kind of what they look like. They are just a fully enclosed, like there's no squeezy part to squeeze out the paint, which I kind of wish there was, but because the flow on these isn't really great, but the tip is like actual brush bristles. That's a tongue twister. Brush bristles. But I find that the flow of the paint inside the marker is not that great. Like, you have to drag it really slowly in order to get any ink to come out. So that's, for that reason, they're not my favorite. I like to use like flicking motions when I color, and that, you know, it requires kind of more juicy, free-flowing inks. But they are in my collection, and I do pull them out and use them with my kids. And my husband actually did a really nice painting with these. I don't know how he got them to work for him, but more power to him. And I think that is all of my Artesa stuff. And next, we will move on to Ohuhu. So for Ohuhu, I have their alcohol markers and some of their water-based markers. So I'm going to start with the water-based ones first. And these, I lost the packaging, but these are their like glitter paint markers. There are 12. I know there's only 11 right here. I've misplaced one of them. But these are really great. You kind of have to shake them like a Posca and activate them. But they do like a really nice, it's kind of a bullet nib. They do a nice, really strong glitter effect on your coloring pages. You just want to make sure, just like a Posca, that you wouldn't like activate it too much, because then it'll just blob out and ruin your page. But I do like the amount of glitter that you get in these. And then, oh, just a side note that like everything that I mentioned will be linked in the description below. And if you are interested in purchasing any of these products that I'm talking about, if you use my affiliate link, it will not cost you any extra, but it will help support my channel. It's just a small way of me being able to make a little bit of income off of this channel. So if you are so inclined to purchase anything, it would be wonderful if you could use those affiliate links, if you know, if that's not something that you're opposed to doing. Anyway, the next product is, I think these are like their Tombow competitors. You'll notice there's a few missing because I was doing a project with them. But these are, they just call them color markers, and they don't have names, they're just numbered. And there's a brush nib on one end and a teeny tiny little fine tip pen on the other. And like the Artesa toy markers, I think that these would be great for really detailed coloring in tight spaces and or color by numbers, which is what I like to use water-based markers for a lot. I think their biggest set is 116. You can get them in either a black barrel or a white barrel, but I think when I ordered, the white barrel was all that was available. So I have those. And then we'll be moving on to the alcohol markers. So this bad boy, I kind of have to look into all of them. I should probably label them to say what they are. These are the brush and, not the brush, I'm sorry, the chisel and the bullet nib. So you get like a fine point bullet nib on one side, and then you get a chisel nib on the other. And this is their, let me pull out the insert. They call it their Oahu series, and this is their 200 color set. I have not filled out these little swatch cards, but they are handy, like, because I keep the markers in their case, so if I'm ever like at my desk and I'm like, what does this color look like again? I can just pull out one of those cards. And then along with this set, I have, let me get it out, another set of chisel and bullet. And there are 120 of these, and from what I understand and what, you know, what I have observed seems to support this. But if you purchase the 200 set that I just showed you, the set and the set, then you have all 320 colors. And they do sell all 320 colors in a single set, but I think for me it was actually cheaper, at least at the time that I did it, to purchase the two sets separately. And like this smaller set is more mid-tone heavy, and the bigger set is more pastel and dark heavy. So if you didn't want all 320, then you could just pick which ones are more important. Then along with that, yes, I have even more alcohol markers. I wanted their full set that they have right now, which is 216 of the brush and chisel, I think it is. Yeah. So these are their brush and chisel. It's a brush on this end with the gray, and then a chisel on this side. here's what their brush nib looks like. I have not had any issues with these markers. I really enjoy them, but they are like a fraction of a cost of like Copics or other more expensive ones. And yeah, I haven't filled out these swatch cards either. These are great. I think they call these their Honolulu series. And I think this is the most, like, their biggest set of these that you can find. And then to go along with them, because I wasn't sure if the set included these colors or if these were just separate. I still don't know. I bought their skin tone set for the brush and bullet. I think there's 36 of these. Get back in there. And I also have, I think this is the pastel set of 48 in that same nib style with the brush and chisel. Or no, these are brush and fine. So it has a brush nib on this end, a fine point on the other. I think eventually I want their full set of whatever they have of the brush and fine, because those are the two nibs that I use the most. And then, do I have it over here? Yes. And then I also bought their set of sprays, and there's a few markers missing out of this because I'm working with them. But these are chisel and brush. This is just all gray markers, and there's 36 of these as well. I might just have a bunch of dupes in these, but you know, especially for like the skin tones and the pastels, sometimes it's really nice to have those separated out in their own package so you don't have to like dig through your whole massive set to look for them. And I think that is all that I have for Ohuhus. So next I'm going to group two brands together. I have Staedtler and Tombow. And the first product I have are these, and probably everyone has owned these at some point in their life. These are the Staedtler double-ended markers. They have like a, almost like a Crayola Super Tips type nib on one side, and then a really skinny one on the other. And these are not named or numbered. Like, I had to go through and like number them myself with a permanent marker. But their colors are really nice, and they have a good color selection, I feel like. And then for Tombows, I, right out of the gate, satisfied my full set syndrome for these because I knew I would want them all. Excuse me. But yeah, I have them sorted by tritones in this first little thing, and this thing comes apart like that, so you could like lay it out on your desk if you wanted to. I think there's 108 total, and then I have them grouped by in color family order, like going this way. Here are my Tombows. And then this is just kind of like assorted stuff, but I do have some Tombow. I think it's Fudinoski pens in here, and these are like calligraphy, like really fine tip calligraphy brush pens. And I just have the set of colors, and I think I also have their set that are just like the harder tip versus the softer tip in here as well. And then just some random like calligraphy pens and whatnot in here. And the next brand I'm going to talk about is KAAN. So I totally forgot something in the Tombow section. I was able to pick these up for $1 a piece at Michael's when they were clearing them out, but these are their alcohol markers. And I got a pretty good color selection, I think, because it was all of their like open stock. So I was able to grab 50 of them at $1 a piece. And I think I even got, I may have gotten more of a discount as well at the register. but I was very excited to be able to find these and try them out. And I'm currently still working with them, trying to decide whether or not I like them better than my Ohuhus, or whether they're just, you know, just very similar, except for like, obviously like the body style is longer, more like a dual brush pen. But it has their regular brush tip on one end. Then it has this really interesting chisel tip. It almost reminds me of like an expo marker chisel tip on this side. It's got some interesting angles and stuff. I almost forgot to put that in my Tombow section, so I also have those. So my last category, I'm pretty sure it's my last category, or my last brand, is KAAN, KARIN. And I have their set of Brush Marker Pros, and I think there are 72 in here. I'm not 100% sure why that pen is in there. I might have been swatching them or something. But these are almost kind of in the running to replace Tombows as my favorite water-based marker. They're just like super pigmented, and they are, they just have one single brush nib. They have names and numbers, and they have a clear barrel to where you can see the ink. Well, that color's a little bit dark, so you might not be able to see the ink as well. But I really enjoyed using these on a picture that I did recently, and these were honestly an impulse purchase. I had heard very little about them, and I kind of took a chance on them, but I have not regretted it. And then the next one is their set of Deco Brush markers, and I believe these are their pigment-based markers. I like to keep them all tidy in here, like the way they came. These are metallic, and they're kind of built the same way as the other markers with the brush nib, but the ink is a little bit more opaque and almost like paint-based, kind of like a Posca. So if you think about like a Posca with a brush nib, it's almost like what they feel like. But I used these on a couple greeting cards not too long ago, and I really enjoyed them. And then in the same family of product, the Pigment Deco Brush, and this thing is like right up by the camera because it is actually, if I lay it on its back, it is, I think, the entire range of Deco Brush pens. And they all just kind of slide in and out like a drawer. And they have like a magnetic flap closure. And then they all come with like these little sticker charts to where you can like swatch on black and white, and then you can like reorganize them if you want to within the boxes, but I just leave them the way they are. And these are the ones that are like Poscas with a brush nib. The ink is super opaque. I kind of swatched the white on the black so you could see what I mean. Now, it will take several layers if you really want to like cover something completely, but I mean, like it covers, I found when I was coloring with them, they were covering the line art quite easily, and I wasn't even trying to cover the line art. So if you want something more opaque in your coloring, these are really nice to use, and they feel nice. The brush nibs feel nice. I think I did get one dry marker in this box though, so I'm going to have to remember to contact customer service about that. And the last category is just kind of miscellaneous. These are some of the markers I use for detailing. So of course I have a few, just a few different colors of Posca pens that I use mainly for highlights. I have like a cream and a yellow and a light blue. And I have some blacks as well for when I want to like color a background, just really opaque black. And then I also have these, which I really enjoy. These are the Wink of Stella glitter brush markers. And sorry, I keep going out of frame. I don't know if it'll show on my hand, but yeah. They're really, really shiny and lay down tons of glitter. And there's a clear one, which is what I use the most, so that it doesn't matter like what color's underneath it, it'll just show really shiny and sparkly on top. And I do also have these Pitt Artist pens, which quite honestly I have not played around with as much, but I think I'm going to add these to my drawing supplies, because I like to sketch character portraits because I am a writer and I happen to adore characters and just drawing them in different scenes that I create in my head. So I may put these Pitt Artist pens in with my drawing supplies. I think a couple of them have, yeah, this one has a really nice skinny nib for line work. One of these days I'll take you on a sketchbook tour when I'm not like cringing at my art every 2 seconds. But I think that is all of my marker based stuff, besides like, you know, more office-y type stuff like highlighters. Like I could just drag this right here. This is what lives on my desk. Speaking of, I actually did forget something. This also lives on my desk, and it's a massive, it's like the 72 count Sharpie Ultimate Collection. Yes, these are technically alcohol markers. I don't use them much in coloring, but I really should. But I think their smell bothers me too much, so I pretty much just preserve them as strictly an office supply and a desk decoration. They look really nice on my desk. And then these are like all my highlighters, pens. I even have a fountain pen in here. One day I'll take you all through a stationery collection type video if you guys are interested in that, because being a writer, I also love my stationery, and also being a planner, it just kind of comes with the territory. But I think that is it for my marker collection today, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed walking through all the different products with me. And again, if you are interested in any of them, I will have affiliate links down in the description, and if you want to, it would mean a lot to me and to our family if you would, if you're interested in purchasing anything, to purchase them through the affiliate links. It won't cost you any extra, but we get a small commission that helps support the channel, you know, to keep buying products and trying them out, reviewing them, or, you know, just simply buying diapers for my kids. Because Amazon affiliates, you know, that we get paid with Amazon gift cards, but the sky's the limit. Sometimes you need diapers, sometimes you need colored pencils, and that's the way life goes. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I think my next video will be my gel pen collection for next week. So keep an eye out for that. I usually post new coloring related videos on Fridays, and I post my plan with me's on Mondays. That's my general schedule. So this video is the second in the series, and third one will come out next week, and it will be probably gel pens unless I change my mind between now and then. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful, colorful day. Bye!